Hey everybody, this is Alessandro. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna teach you how to set up multiple pivot point when you need it in your animation. Okay, so here we have a case where the hand is already animated. Very simple animation for this tutorial, guys. But there might be a chance where obviously you don't wanna animate the hand and having the pivot here. Maybe you want to have the pivot right here, or maybe here on the side. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to set up like a quick no controller, maintaining the current animation that you already done, and be able to have those multiple pivot controller. I'm gonna show you multiple scenario as well, different scenario, because this is very useful. And I know that guys that there are plugin, other software, blah blah blah, that can do this in an easier way. But I always want to show you guys how can you do this if you don't have any plugin, Animbot or whatever to do this, and your rig doesn't have those extra controller, whatever, and you need to do it by yourself. All right. So first of all, what I'm gonna do, guys, gonna create this allocator here, right? Put it here. Okay, and by default, I'm gonna parent this one to this. All right. Once it's parented, I'm gonna put it to 0, and I'm parent. What is it? I'm parent. Okay, so this one's gonna more or less follow the IK controller. But the way, let me go on frame 1. Now I'm gonna copy this one and I'm gonna put it wherever I want those other pivot. Maybe I want one right here, right on top of it, and maybe another one I want right here. Okay, let me set it up around this area more or less. Okay, I really want to have him around maybe this area over here, and maybe on, actually maybe it could be a little bit more behind, and the other one around here, for example, right on the side. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is to actually first we need one more thing, guys. We need a circle controller that is gonna carry on all of those things, right? Let me go up here. Let me change the size of this 15. Again, I'm gonna do the same thing. Gonna parent it to this one, reset to 0, right? Add it unparent. So this one here is going to be parent to the left side, parent. This one is going to be parent to this one, parent, and this one here to this one. Okay, boom. So now that this is set up, is done. This one is going to move in like this. This is going to move like this, and so on. Right. Also, it's very important to save at this stage. Now, this one, obviously, this circle here needs to move all of them. So this one here needs to be parent to this one. Right. So the reason why I'm doing this is because now what I want to do, I want to transfer the animation of this controller to this one, that it will carry on everything, right? So I'm going to select this one, then the circle, strain, make sure maintain offset is unchecked. This one it's all checked, apply, right? Now here on frame 1, we press S, and we want to make sure blend parent is set to 1. Okay. So now this is kind of following all the animation. I've made a mistake here because all of them, they should have been follow. So I said this one should have been parent to this one, boom. So it's this one here at the bottom needs to be parent to this one. Okay, boom. All right. Sorry for the mistake, guys. Boom. Okay, now everything is following. Obviously, the problem is now this control is just following the IK, so it's not very helpful, right? But now that we constrain, what we can do, we can, or you're gonna plot the animation, or you can just simply select both of the controller here and press S to key all of the key that you already have, right? Once this is done, if you go back here, sorry, Windows Outliner, guys, go here, and yes, and you can remove this one. So right now we have the same animation. Oh, one more thing I want to do, I want to make sure Windows animation is flat like this. So now the animation is going to be the same, right? The issue is right now that if I still move those controller, well, nothing's happening because this constraint is moving by itself. But now that this circle has the same animation of the hands, what you can do is select the locator here, this one here, and again constraint parent. Make sure you go here, set a key, blend parent to 1, right? And again, now the animation is the same, right? Nothing changed. The only difference now is that once we go back here, I can use now this controller to animate it, right? And now you can do this, right? And the funny thing is, after you're putting this on here, you realize, you know what? The pivot actually is not exactly where I want him, right? This is something you need to do before you finalize the animation. You can press D and put it whatever you want it, right? Maybe you want to put it around more here or something, right? And then testing it one more time again, right? And again, you can move in every angle. You can also translate it if you want, but mostly this is for rotation. Same stuff overall here, right? You go here, boom, see, it's pivoting right here, right? And again, actually, let's do a quick example here. Boom, go back here, then we go back here to take this other one. Let's put it here, right? And then you do something along this way, okay? Obviously, I want to make sure I go in the graph feather, everything is being splined properly, right? Okay. See, now the animation is the same. Boom. And now you have this one, right? Oh, I forgot to put this one here. Revert back what I had before, right? Boom. Obviously, the finger are not affected. You need to adjust those because those are not in IK or anything, right? But you're getting the point here, right? Now the thing is that once this is done, well, you need to transfer back the animation to this controller, right? So normally when I do these things, right, I do this kind of stuff towards maybe the polishing final phase, because now the only thing to convert back the animation to this controller, so take this one and key and bake simulation, right? So now the animation is, you can go back here, Windows Outliner, go here until you find the locator in here, and you can cancel the locator, and everything will work, will go back to normal, all right? That's the only thing you need to do left. So it doesn't affect the rig, doesn't matter what rig you're using, if you're exporting it in game, because at the end, you're gonna have a locator temporary, transfer the animation, do whatever you need to do, and then at the end, you cancel not the locator, cancel the constraint, and the animation will remain. Okay, so in fact, if I go and delete all these, nothing doesn't matter because everything will stay the same. All right, guys. And normally I tend to do this one towards the polishing phase, but I want to show you now another couple of examples where this one can be useful as well. All right. All right, another scenario where you can use this one can be extremely helpful is when you have your character swinging like this, okay? Especially if the swing is very, again, not extremely fast, not super snappy, right? And as you guys know, obviously, this is not the best setup because you are having basically the chain reverse in this case, which work most of the time, right? But in this case, it doesn't work because when you want to go here, when you want to go forward, what you're going to do? You're going to do this one and then bend this one and then adjust the spine and everything. If this is the okay when you're blocking, when you're splitting and polishing, it's not that great because at some point, guys, you want to clean the arc and everything, and you want to have a certain animation here. And good luck to clean the arc here where this one is affected by this one, right? It will create a lot of problems, especially because anytime you're gonna do a change here or the span here, it will affect the arc overall here. So it's not a great, a really great system. This one, on the other hand, I made a simple example with a box here, right? This one could be great because you just move here, right? And boom, and this one is, because it's reverse, the spine, you see, is nicer because here the pivot is up here. This one is only affecting here, right? So this one, when I move this one, it doesn't affect, when I want to track the arc of this one, it doesn't affect too much here, especially here, right? So I can do a lot more stuff that I cannot do over there because, once the main movement is done, right? Again, if you're tracking the arc, let's assume you have a pivot here, you're tracking the arc with this one, with the upper body, and then you're okay with it, then you can adjust the lower body by doing this, whatever you want, without affecting you know, what you have on top of it, right? Is a lot useful. Even do like a simple swing, you see it works already much better because you have the pivot right here. You just need to rotate it, right? Obviously with this system, yeah, you can make it work, but I can guarantee you it will take you a lot longer, right? So what we're going to do right now is going to set up the locator exactly as we did before. All right. All right, so here in these cases, guys, I think this is gonna work best with the IK spine. All right, so very quickly, guys, what I did, I create again relocator, 3 to 4 locator, one here at the hip, one here in the middle, one here on this area because I want the pivot around here, another one here on top of it, right? So again, one more time, very quickly, I'm gonna parent this one to this one, right? I'm gonna parent this one with this one here. I'm gonna parent this one to this one. Okay, one more times now. What I'm gonna do, first of all, at this moment the animation I don't need it because I wanna show you a clean way to do it. However, if you need it, you can transfer the animation as I showed in the other assignment. By the way, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go here and here, go constraint, parent, wanna show in this case maintain offset, we can try to keep it, apply, set a key, do the same, make sure that the this one has been the one who's constrained. And then I'm gonna choose this one and this one, apply, set a key. This one is not needed, okay? I'm gonna show you why. And then we have this one, sorry, this one to the hip. Again, apply, but then the COG, we kind of want the same because we want them to move kind of together. All right. So in this case, if everything is done correctly, this one is gonna move everything. That's great. This one is moving like here. That's great. This one is moving like this. That's great. And this one is moving like this. All right. Of course, we should always also keep what is it? This controller here because this one is gonna adjust the spine. All right. For now, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm gonna move it away. But again, you can do exactly the same things. You see, guys, it's gonna be a lot easier um, to model those things, right? Obviously, you need to be careful a little bit when you do it, right? If you do stuff like this, you wanna push it back a little bit here, right? You wanna go here now. You wanna move it around this direction here, right? You kind of wanna move it like this. Wanna move it like this, boom, right? And here again, if you're moving this one again, you want to adjust and rotate it like this, okay? And then use the middle controller over there to adjust it, all right? And as you can see, when it's going to be a lot easier to do overlapping and stuff like that, you know, when this, you can isolate them and keep them, you know, boom, right? And then maybe this one is gonna start slowly come down, but this one is continue to go up, right? This is like basically a reverse pendulum overall, guys, right? Maybe here, so you can see you might have some bad deformation here, guys, but you will need to use, as I mentioned, let me put it back to you, right? You might have to use this one overall here to adjust it a little bit, right? Okay, so you can kind of go here, okay, adjust do the other action that you want. Okay, so if you feel like this is way too much, for example, you might go here and rotate it and kind of readjusting it, right? So you need a little bit of trickery, but I do feel like this can help a lot as long as you are kind of careful on how you're moving stuff and you don't break it up, right? See now you can have this kind of nice overlapping here, right? Another technique that actually I did on one of my other tutorials, maybe you can go and check it out, was doing the entire animation with the normal chain, the normal rig, and then when I wanted to polish, just have a constraint that moves the upper chest of this one and an individual one here, and then I treat them as individual controller just to clean the arc and stuff like that. All right, that's also another option. Again, I'm showing you multiple ways of doing stuff. Okay, guys, last example I want to give you. This is another one where, for example, this character is slamming the stick on the ground and everything. And ideally, once this is happened, you want to have a bit of a shake on the stick. Right? It's not gonna just be completely frozen. But the problem is because it's the hand kind of working, holding the stick and everything, driving the animation. Well, the in order to do a shake or anything with a pivot like this, you basically as usually need to go here and then can't rotate it, blah blah blah. Anyway, it's a mess. It's not gonna work, right? So again, we're gonna do exactly the same thing. So we're gonna go here, create a stick here, right? Gonna put it here. Okay, gonna put it around here where the base is. Gonna create a locator here that is gonna be parent to this one, right? Boom. Then we added unparent. Okay, and we're gonna parent actually this one to this one right now. Boom. So what we're gonna do now, we wanna always maintain the animation, right? Oops, something. Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. So I'm gonna select this one, constraint to this one. So it's the other way around, but in my idea it works like this, right? Boom. Yeah, exactly. Now it's following. Again, here now, what I wanna do is to key fix simulation. Boom. Right? We're gonna go here, Windows Outliner, gonna repeat the process for one more time for you guys, removing this one, and now going at the beginning, I'm gonna do the opposite, right? I wanna have the animation here, but I want this one to follow. So in this case, again, I'm gonna select this one, now this one, constraint, parent, press S, right? And this is done correctly. Now this one is driving this one, right? So when I reach here, boom, because this one is parent to this one, now I can do boom around here, boom, 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 right? So I'm gonna do like this, boom, I'm gonna move like this, then like this, then like this, right? Boom. Obviously, as you guys can imagine, I'm exaggerating a little bit. It's up to you to reduce it. But now, as you can see, you have a nice pivot overall here, right? And again, this is something I'm gonna do at the very end of the animation in this specific case, because you know at the end of the day I need to at some point bake the animation here to transfer it back and deleting this one, right? As you can imagine, guys, there is many application to this one, right? So there is not only a one way to do it, there are many cases where you can use this one. And I'm pretty sure, as I mentioned, there might be plugin that I can do this one in an easier way, but I just want to show you some workaround that can be help you in your animation if you don't have any plugin and stuff like that. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoy and see you next time. Ciao, guys.